Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Mad Flow.
Lunch and learn time, girls. Everybody have their lunch on their own.
Yeah, on their own. I'm so excited about today's show. But what's been going on with you ladies this week? I've been exercising, attended the American Heart Association Go Red for Women event on yesterday. It was an amazing event sharing information about heart and stroke as it affects women. It was an amazing program.
Yep, we learned quite a bit and we met some very interesting and wonderful people that just made the event even extra special. They had this awesome little fashion show too that was really good. And I thought I had my ring. We did our donation for me, I did a donation to survivors of heart disease. And I also posted that this week too. So I was very excited about being there. And Renetta, we went out to play some golf this week too.
Yes, we did. So that was exciting. And then we added a challenge, Matt Flo, we're always challenging other people to do what we're doing, right? Because we're all about this healthiness. And we know you in your hula hoop. And so we challenge those who are very new, like beginners to come out and join us.
Yeah. They said when you play golf for one time, you're hooked on it. It's a game you get hooked on. And I hadn't tried it, so I don't know if y'all hooked on it or not.
Well, when I first started playing kind of 10 years ago, I got hooked on it. There was nothing that could stop me. And they'll say real quick, Black women will not play golf because of our hair. It did not matter what my hair was, because at that time it was permed. And I did not care if my hair was sweating. It didn't matter if I was going in the middle of the day, in the late afternoon. So I did have it. I had it.
She had the bug. I'm getting the bug. I think it's just a wonderful sport. I think that anybody can do. Because you're learning a skill. You don't have to come with any skill set, just the desire to play and to learn. And I think that's what I like so much about it. So, Flo, we're inviting you to come out with us.
I'm going to take you up on the challenge. I'm going to join you ladies one day. You guys had an awesome weekend. You talk about your heart, being in the Heart Association, but guess what? My heart is right here in Massachusetts. So my daughter bought a new house. And of course, I'm up here every month. So now we done moved everything in. Now we're trying to put everything together in place. You hear the noise out there. Excuse that. They're putting the floor in for us, and the electrician be coming around soon to, redo some wiring and stuff like that. So I'm in Massachusetts. I believe on the 26th, back into my own city. But tell you what, it hailed here Easter Sunday. It hailed. Wow. Yes.
Yeah, the weather's been crazy across the country.
Yes, hail on Easter Sunday. I say, I got to get back home to my crazy heat.
Get back home to where the warmth meets us, although we had a little chill as well.
Yeah, and you ladies said it's a beauty show.
It was a fashion show.
Yeah, there was a fashion show as well. Oh, and all the models looked phenomenal, and they were having so much fun. So it was a great opportunity, a great time. Out there.
You had fun. That's what it's all about. Life is about having fun.
Yes, that's what it's all about. And speaking about that, I mean, the show that we have today, we're saying share. The information that is going to be shared with us is absolutely phenomenal. Financial Sins. Our guest coming up. Tanya, would you like to introduce the first guest?
Yes, we have Miss Karen Hamilton. Now, I am a old board member for Frank Callan Boys and Girls Club back in the day. And so I have a whole lot of respect for everything that Boys and Girls Clubs does for our community and for our youth. And so Miss Hamilton is here today that's going to share, affordable summer camps for our children. And so I know back in the day and today, Frank Callan is still one of the major players in the community for youth. So Karen, welcome to Financial Sins, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate getting the opportunity to be on. And I do want to share a little bit about the Boys and Girls Club. Frank Callen have been serving the Savannah community for over 105 years. We serve kids ages 5 to 18. We offer academic success programs, gang prevention programs. We have a sewing program. We recently hired about 16 new certified teachers that are doing one-on-one tutorial, group tutorial to help these kids get back on their academic grade levels from the learning loss that happened during the pandemic. We have a Smart Moves social emotional program we'll be offering. We provide a hot meal Monday through Friday. We have tons of Savannah State volunteers, SCAD volunteers, Armstrong volunteers that come in and do group mentoring, one-on-one mentoring. They just help out with our academic success program. We have an amazing community partner in Miss Casey Cosentini, who lives about 2 houses down from Charlton Street. From the Boys and Girls Club, who rolls her wheelbarrow here with sewing machines in it to teach our kids how to sew. We have 11 and 12-year-olds that are making jackets. And all of this is done for one fee of $20 for the entire school year. Kids get here about 3:00 p.m. and they're able to stay until 9 p.m. If you are 12 and under, you have to be picked up by 7 p.m. But if you're 13 and older, we're here until 9 p.m. And on Fridays, if the need is there, we'll stay here until 11 p.m. because we'd rather our teens be here in the club with us than them to be out on the streets and us not really being able to, not knowing what it is they're doing. So we're definitely here for the community, for the kids. We have an amazing summer camp program that is coming up. It starts on May 25th. It goes to July 29th. That's 10 weeks of the summer. I tell you, kids get out of school on the 24th. Summer camp is the 25th. We don't give them a chance to get into anything, start no fires in the house, to get into anything they're not supposed to be doing. And camp ends on the 29th, and I think the kids go back to school that following week on August 3rd. That summer camp is $175 for the entire 10 weeks of the summer. It's a one-time fee. During summer camp, we will still have those certified teachers doing one-on-one tutorial, group tutorial. We'll have our sewing program going on. We have our Money Matters financial literacy program that's being offered during the school year, as well as the summer too. So we have a lot of amazing things going on at Frank Callen Boys and Girls Club this summer, and we're just glad to share it with everybody.
Wow. So that's $175. Yes, Flo, that's what? How much per week? For 10 weeks, that's less than $20 a week?
Yes, $175 for the entire 10 weeks of the summer. Our staff are some of the best role models you could find in Savannah. The kids have a lot of fun. We go on field trips, African American Art Museum, Star Castle, Exhilarate, Raleigh. We're really here trying to make an impact and introducing kids to a lot of different things. And we are extremely excited about this summer and the programs that we have to offer.
Do you have a link or a site that they can actually go online to register, or how do they register for it?
Right now, they would have to come into the Frank Callen Boys and Girls Club. That's on 510 East Charlton Street. Okay. Pick up an application. Our website is under construction right now. You can go on our website, but you won't be able to get a summer camp application. But you could definitely go on to kind of see what it is that we do. But if they could stop by the Boys and Girls Club, pick up that application, get it filled out. We do fill up fast. I want to let you know that the child does have to be 5 and completed kindergarten. So that means the child have to be in kindergarten right now. And we're taking kids up to age 14. We are looking for about 20 volunteer teens who could come into summer camp and work, but those teens will still participate in our Money Matters financial literacy program, our career launch program, as well as, and we also, I hear you ladies talking about golf. not only do we have a golf tournament coming up on May 23rd, but we're also teaching our kids golf. Last summer, we had an amazing program through the Chatham County Parks and Recs that we did at Southbridge. So we took about 40 or so kids on different days, and they were taught how to play golf. And we will be doing that again this summer.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
I get some Tiger Woods out of that.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
We were talking in the back studio with Dr. Stubbs and talking about just, the Boys and Girls Club and your experience as well growing up. So, and talking about how long the Boys and Girls Club has been a part of our communities across the country and here locally, and Dr. Stubbs, you were saying that you also was a member of a Boys and Girls Club growing up.
Yeah, I mean, Boys and Girls Clubs were part of the stories that were told about my own father kind of finding a safe place in his community when, he was raising himself, if you will, that in that kind of situation, a place he could go and be safe. And then in my own life, a place that where we would go and practice AAU basketball and be a part of the community. So Boys and Girls Clubs are just tremendous. And it's so great to hear about their continued excellence here in our community.
Absolutely. And as an old board member, I know that most parents still would have an issue or problem with paying the $175 per child, especially if they have more than one. And I want you to know that I'm willing to pay for a child's summer camp this year. So
okay, awesome.
I'm calling you to make that donation for any parent that is really, they got to already have one in and need to put another in. So that's where I want to help out, because I know it gets tough for them to put more than one child in the program during the summer, but it's definitely a safe place.
Do offer some scholarships for families that have more than one child. We were fortunate enough to have the Love Foundation to donate some scholarships for summer camp as well. So we're getting our families signed up and we're gearing up and getting ready for an amazing summer. An amazing time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that. Now, you talked about children from 5 to 14. What about those children from 14 or 15 and up? What you doing with them?
So for 15 on up, we don't have a summer camp program, but we have our teen evening program. Boys and Girls Club run almost 365 days per year. So for our teens, we have them coming in at 5:30. And like I said, we still offer the Money Matters financial literacy program. We will still be doing one-on-one and group tutorial for teens in the evening. We have our sports program that's happening. Frank Callan is actually about to start a soccer program that's very different for us, but we're excited about that. So we still have a teen program that happens in the evening. We're hiring some of our teens to work summer camp, but for those teens, if you're 15, we kind of encourage you to try and get a job. But we definitely have our teen hours, which are from 5:30 to 9. So our teens will be there in the evening at the club as well. They just won't come in the morning times with the smaller kids.
Okay, awesome.
And I have a question real quick. I know you say you're getting volunteers, and I just want to know and just make sure everyone in the audience understands. Do y'all do background checks on your volunteers? Okay.
Background checks and fingerprints.
Okay.
So we're definitely making sure that we cover all of our bases. And most of our volunteers, they never have a problem. They understand the severity of making sure that everybody is at the club for the right reasons. So our volunteers don't have any problems with that at all.
All right. Do you have an age limit on your volunteers?
We do
can
not.
I be a volunteer?
Absolutely. The sewing instructor, Miss Casey, who rolls her wagon to the Boys and Girls Club 3 times a week. I should have brought a jacket in here for you to see it. They actually made me the pajama pants that I wear every night. And these are 11 and 12-year-olds who've never sewn before. They're making
awesome.
Pillows, jackets. But Miss Casey, She's I don't want to get in trouble. She's older. Miss Susie is older, as well as Miss Jennifer.
She's
She's
seasoned.
seasoned. Yes,
Yeah.
and Miss Jennifer as well. She's another one of our Charlton Street neighbors. She teaches a reading program. She has a reading book club that happens here, and they
I love
just
that.
walk over. Miss Jennifer, we laughed yesterday because one of the kids that she has been doing reading programs with, Shatik, he was 9 when she met him. When he came in the door yesterday, she had to look up, and he's like 15 now. And that just shows you the retention of the kids at the Boys and Girls Club. You know, we're getting them at the age of 5, and we're able to keep them till 18. So just imagine what we can do with that brain, with the proper support from the community, with our kids. We're getting them at 5 years old, and we're trying to definitely keep them engaged in different activities in the club.
Yeah.
And that is why it's so important to have community partners and different funders, because again, all the kids want and need is an opportunity to be great. And that's what we're trying to provide.
Absolutely. An opportunity to be great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Hamilton, for sharing the wonderful information that the Boys and Girls Club has to offer for our community. That's incredible information. So you guys hear that information. You understand how to contact the Boys and Girls Club. You need to call, stop by, pick up an application, and avail of the summer programs and the other programs that run throughout the year. So thank you so much, Ms. Hamilton, for coming on today and for sharing. You're welcome to remain with us if you'd like. We understand if you may need to leave. We'd like to bring up our next guest. We have Dr. Brent Stubbs, who is the Vice President of Economic Development at Savannah Technical College. We're so excited to have you join us. Again, we had a conversation earlier, and I keep saying I'm so excited about what you're sharing about the programs at Savannah Tech, the fast track programs, what you're doing at Savannah Tech, how you're always connecting and engaging with our community. So thank you so much, Dr. Stubbs, for coming on.
Well, thank you, Renetta. The pleasure is absolutely, an honor is all mine. And the intro music, the intro to this, it got me so, I was already excited. And then when I got done, you guys have done it's so professional, so well done. This is really top notch. So
Thank you.
I want to commend you all for that. I don't want to assume anyone knows, Savannah Technical College. You still go around the community. I've been here for almost a decade. And sometimes people think, oh, VOTech. But Savannah Technical College is one of the 22 technical colleges in the technical college system of Georgia. Mm-hmm. Savannah Tech is accredited through the SAC-COC, the same accreditor as Georgia Tech, Duke, University of Georgia, Savannah State University. So Savannah Technical College is your 2-year technical college to connect you to meaningful careers. And we do that every year. About 15,000 people connect to us in a variety of ways through our world-class technical programs, our 4-credit programs, over 120 different programs to offer. Our adult education program, where we make sure that no one's left behind in education, no matter if you dropped out of school, couldn't finish. We know those reasons are complicated. I know before we got on the show, we were talking about how my father himself went through that difficult time of leaving school, but came back, got his GED, and was able to have a meaningful life. And we also, for our second language learners, our immigrants, our refugee population, we provide education. And lastly, in the division that I run, which also involves adult education, our continuing education or corporate education, where we provide skills-based learning opportunities across the region. So, it's a financial sin. I love this theme, financial sin. I'm sure that coffee I bought yesterday was a financial sin.
Yes.
All right, it was a financial mea culpa. I'm sorry, forgive me. But when you have a world-class two-year college system where
Right.
you can affordably get skills that can lead you to middle income, middle income life, a true middle, that goal, right? We want to home ownership, to economic independence. Before I get started about talking about all those programs and the finances that goes along, let me tell you guys about a meaningful story.
Okay.
A young man, right when the pandemic hit, I don't know about you, but about 4 or 5 months in, I started to feel a little down. A lot of the things that I loved in life, man, I wasn't seeing the people, the students I typically see. I wasn't having the coffee meetings I typically would have. You just started to feel like, man, what's your purpose?
Yeah.
And I wish I could pull this picture up, but I went to Parker's gas station to pump gas. And all of a sudden I saw a car out of the corner of my eye pull in. And I knew that was either, I'm trying to think, that was either a very famous rapper who I can't remember his name right now. But this guy, trust me, if I showed you a picture, you know I'm talking about. Or it was this other young man that had come to our college. He had dropped out of high school. He didn't have opportunity. And he enrolled in our amazing accelerating opportunity at the time program, or what we call now dual enrollment, fast forward, career plus HSC. We have many programs where people can get a GED and start college at the same time. This young man completed our welding program, and he came. I'm going to try not to get emotional. He when he saw me and I saw him, he came running over and he's like, "Mr. Stubbs, how are you?" We were talking, and he thanked me because there was an obstacle in the beginning of his path, and we sat down and he told me about that obstacle, and I believed him, and I got that obstacle out of his way. And when we removed that obstacle, this young man now told me, "I just bought my first house." And let me say, the car that he was in, a brand new car, better than the car I was in. And it was such a beautiful moment because as I tell my students, and I've told the students through the years, my goal is that your life is better than mine. I want to bring you to a place of economic independence and opportunity. And that's what we have in our technical colleges. That young man is like so many of our students. Every year, 99% of our graduates get placed in work, but 94 of them in the field that they studied. I don't know about you, but there's not many schools anywhere that can claim that. In fact, the sad news is that nearly 50% of students that go to university don't graduate. And the number one reason why people drop out of higher ed, finances.
Yeah.
The number one reason, finances. So here we are on the Financial Sins show. I'm with these wonderful, amazing people, Renata, Matt Flo, Tanya, so great. So let's talk about how we can make better choices with the opportunities in our wonderful community in our state.
Yes.
At the technical college, we have in Georgia, we have this thing called the HOPE grant and the HOPE career grant.
Oh, yeah.
We have HOPE. This is funding opportunities. These are not that require no academic pre-requirements. You simply have to come to Savannah Technical College and say, I want to enroll in a technical program, a certificate or diploma program, and you go to Georgia Futures, you fill it out, and in most cases, most students are HOPE eligible. That means that you're going to have a good portion of your tuition paid, 80%, and if you pick one of the 300 high-demand career occupation training programs, which at the college, we don't have all 300, but we have many of them.
Right.
CDL, nursing, healthcare, so many of them. The HOPE career grant's going to pay all the tuition. So tuition-free college in Georgia. And so these are opportunities to get into fields like aviation, welding, logistics, healthcare, trucking. These are opportunities where as you're driving around, you can see where people can make real incomes, $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 a year. When I walk
That's awesome.
When I walk, and this, by the way, ladies, this is not after you spend 7 years or 10 years.
Right.
2 years.
You walk into our industrial. Let's talk about just a half 100 150, 200 yards from where I sit right now is our aviation training center.
Oh, wow.
And a world-class facility where we're going to train people for aircraft structural, but we're also going to train you for your A&P mechanics license and avionics.
Wow.
That's
This is
awesome that you guys added that. That is awesome.
Yeah, so we have these programs in welding where within a very short period of time you're going to get industry certifications that are going to make you eligible for jobs. And I'll give you an example. About a year ago, we were running a fast track training program in welding, and at the end of that, people that had no experience before were getting hired for $22 an hour jobs starting.
Wow. Excellent.
So one of the things that I have a big family. My wife and I have been married 20 years. We have amazing opportunities. My wife and I, we have amazing children. Both of us are college graduates. I'm Dr. Stubbs. I earned a doctorate. I've got a master's degree, obviously a lot of education. But all of us, all of us together who are educated, we've got to begin to give our kids better advice. Just because we've been buying the $5 drink doesn't mean we should tell our kids to do it. And I think the better advice is, why not look at this as a viable first choice, as an opportunity for economic independence, and as an opportunity at the very least for not working in the bookshop at college. Maybe they're going to go to university, but instead of working in the bookstore for minimum wage, they're going to work in the industry. Let me give you one more example. So I'm 40 years old. I went to my best a friend I grew up with. He dual enrolled while he was in high school and earned a lot of automotive certifications.
Right.
Then went to UCF, got a degree in business, and he said, Brent, I made more money with those automotive certifications, and that's what he did while he was in college, than with my bachelor's degree.
Wow.
But look at the picture. He went on to get his MBA and then ran an entire fleet of automotive facilities. So even if for your young person out there, if you say, look, my daughter's going to go to college and university and get these degrees, wonderful. But start and get a technical skill, because you'll always have it. You'll always be able to take that skill and be in high demand. In my role, I work with hundreds of employers across our region, and we talk right now, the number one thing they need most is a skilled workforce. And
Yeah.
they're willing to pay.
That's
They're
right.
willing to pay. And unfortunately, we have spent 50, 60 years looking at one option, and everything else is plan B. And we need to help our young people, help our family members, help that cousin or the aunt or the uncle or the friend that are struggling. Take a look at technical education. It gives you a skill that you'll always have, okay? And it gives you an opportunity to be in high demand. One of the things that I saw during the pandemic is that our students continued to be essential.
Oh, wow.
Our students continued to be essential workers in manufacturing, logistics, truck driving, healthcare, cyber. These are all opportunities that you can find at Savannah Technical College. I'll kind of finish with this. We have fast track training programs that we do in the community. We're using a lot of innovative technology, including virtual reality. We're helping people, no matter where they're at, connect with these kind of opportunities. In about an hour, Goodwill is coming here to meet with me. We're building a new partnership with them to help people connect into these opportunities that we're talking about. But we also do it in our beautiful campuses. Obviously, many are familiar with our White Bluff campus, but we have the two campuses out here in Pooler by the airport, our Effingham campus, and our Liberty campus. We also offer a host of courses online. You can do our paralegal studies program completely online. High demand jobs, good pay, a great ramp into a legal profession. Why go into huge debt? Hey, I think I want to work in the legal profession. Well, you can go into huge debt and find out I don't like it, or you could spend almost no money and realize you love it and get experience and then build that career. So I think it's a financial sin to not at least spend, a semester,
I like that. I like that.
Savannah Tech. So we appreciate. I know. We appreciate this opportunity. We love what we do at the college. We're very honored to be able to be in this beautiful city with such amazing people, and we have so much growth here. And we need great question, Ms. Jones. I see a question coming in, but
Yes.
we need people to tell their friends, tell their family. Let's take a look again. Let's take a look again. It's not that VOTEC. It's Savannah Technical College, your technical college, and it's a great decision for your pocketbook. That's for sure.
Wow.
So we're going to put Ms. Jones' question back up. Do you have any idea, any projections of the skills down the road?
Yeah. So 20 to 30 years. I mean, one of the things that we know from the literature and is that, the kind of those universal leadership or soft skills are really important, critical thinking skills. That's actually something that we embed in all of our curriculum, those critical thinking skills. But obviously technology continues to be important. If you're asking that question at the 20, 30 year level, being a learner, a continuous learner is the most important skill that you can have. And so one of the things that, again, coming back to the value of engaging your 2-year college, what a perfect partner in that continuous life cycle, because you can come in, get a bite-sized bit of education, leave, come back, get a little bit more. And we're actually in the middle of building a micro-credentialing system. We're leading an initiative across the state for just that reason. I mean, I think Ms. Jones's question is so important. People are recognizing that, hey, how do I stay competitive? Was a system. We want you to engage us, just like I said, build that lifelong learner relationship where you engage us, for a semester, then you leave, you come back, you leave, you come back. And it wasn't just a thing you did when you were a teenager or a thing you did in your 20s. It's a continuous life cycle. But such an important question. I saw the other question there. What about people with bachelor's degrees? What type of financial aid assistance opportunities? Now,
student loans.
Student loans, yes. So, the great thing with our affordability, right, is that there's some opportunities there because you're not looking at a huge cost. We do have scholarships. We have a great foundation. In fact, tonight I will be at our gala where we will raise a lot of money for scholarships. We'll just leave it at that. A lot, 6 figures worth of money for scholarships.
That is awesome.
So we do everything. Some of y'all maybe recently saw our Bank of America announcement, $250,000 investment in scholarships from the Bank of America. I mean, people recognize today the value of that 2-year technical college, and it's so important then, right, that our kids are community. You don't want everybody else to love you and take advantage of it, but not your own people. We got to take advantage of it right here in Savannah, so that people in Savannah take advantage of the opportunities that are here. Companies are growing, they're expanding, they're adding jobs, and yes, people will move into the area from other places. But I think we as a community to make sure that our kids and our community benefit from those jobs as well.
Mm-hmm. What's your placement ratio, Anthony?
Absolutely, 94% of our graduates are placed in field, 99 plus in a job, but 94% in field. Sometimes people get to the end of that training program, it's short, and they realize I'm not in debt. I don't have the debt hanging over my shoulders to say I got to do it. So they decide to go in a different direction. Yeah, you've all met people that are. You've all met people that are doing something. They're like, well, why? Well, because I spent 7 years to, I spent 7 years to do this. I saw a great question. You can still transfer your credit to the University of Georgia system.
That's right.
So we have 27 in our general education, 27 classes that articulate. So you can come take your math, all your gen eds, but also other classes where we have articulation agreements. And then beautiful. We got so many more questions. These are beautiful questions. Can I just grab them, ladies?
Go ahead.
Okay, so Latoya Minor, love your question. Programs for youth, get their hand-on experience, love it. We do outreach to youth. We have the schools come in. But we're looking at doing more with that, especially with the VR. So thank you for that question. And Anthony, I can't believe I didn't bring this up before, but we are one of a handful of predominantly Black institutions in Georgia. So there is I'm actually a part of and made a presentation yesterday in the Southeastern Consortium of Minority Serving Institutions run by Morehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And your Savannah Technical College is a predominantly Black institution, and we're very proud of that and very thankful for that.
Absolutely.
So,
So
go ahead, Tanya.
You were talking about the aviation program. So does that mean that you also have a partnership with Gulfstream?
Well, not a deep relationship. I mean, a partnership relationship. They hire our graduates. They come over actually during the training to meet the students before. They help them get ready for what's going to be expected across the street, and they're very, very thankful. In fact, made a huge contribution to the launch of our avionics, made a huge investment. So our relationship is critical to the success of that program, and students benefit from it.
So if they got into the aviation program, what's going to be their cost? So if a person walks on campus, say, I want to do this, what are they looking at? What do they need to do? What kind of applications do they need to complete? What's their possibility of their cost for going into this program? I'm just going to pick one.
Like avionics or structural mechanic, because I know you have the structural mechanic program out there too.
Yeah, so let me pull this up here. Perfect. So, if you look at our cost of attendance, and this is excluding A, but just, hey, what's the cost to attend? You're looking at, in terms of tuition and fees, $2,500, $2,500. Okay, 12 credit hours. We're not talking. We're $100 a credit hour. Okay, that's incredible, right?
That's incredible.
That's incredible.
That's incredible.
Okay, $100 a credit hour. But here's the deal: you're going to do two things to get started. Right now, anyone who's listening, anyone who's going to go tell their grandson, granddaughter, their aunt, their cousin, their friend, they're going to pull them up. You're going to go to Savannah Tech. You're going to click the Apply Now button. You're going to start there. Second thing you're do is you're going to go to FAFSA.gov. You want to make sure it's that .gov and not something else that's wrong. You're giving private information, so you want to make sure it's that official government site. You're going to then fill out that financial aid application. You can also go to Georgia Futures, and it will link you up there. But I recommend you go to FAFSA.gov. We're going to then reach out and contact you, make sure we're going to get you accepted into the college, and we'll take you through that admissions process, and you're going to be on your way. We talked about HOPE. We talked about Pell, right? Federal financial aid. But we've also talked about scholarships. I think the important thing to remember is that we're the affordability factor. Our students aren't going into debt, and so I think you can. It's one of those processes that you can confidently engage in, knowing I'm not going to have a major cost at the end. And if there is some kind of leftover cost, $500, $1,000, there's going to be resources there to help me address those costs.
I can tell you that out there on Facebook World and all these other, that they're having master classes costing way more than $20. So master classes in order to become financially free. So that is
master classes for photography. I've seen that
right.
one. But Brent, I have a question. Okay, I love all the programs you've talked about so far, but I know the state of Georgia offers, seasoned adults as myself, an opportunity to attend college, free. So is Savannah Technical College one of those colleges I can apply for the free admission to get free classes?
Absolutely. The way the rule works is where seats are, excuse me, if a seat's available, right? We don't the state's intention isn't to take a seat away from someone trying to, put food on the table, so to speak, with
Understand
a
that.
single month. But it's a great opportunity for seasoned adults to go back and get a skill. Some of them like to do welding. Some of them will do carpentry. We have a historic preservation program. Some people live in historic homes in Savannah, want to get those skills for that. Maybe HVAC. It would be nice to save some money there. Maybe I could do some troubleshooting. Maybe you want to come back and take an accounting class or some business classes. Maybe a legal class. Again, these are the kind of opportunities that exist.
What's the age starting at for seasoned?
I believe it. I don't quote me on it, but I believe it's 65, but I could be wrong. It could be 60, but I believe it's 65. I could be wrong.
60.
It's 60.
You got it. I was going to apply. I just didn't want to put my age out there, but
Okay, okay. Is it 60? Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I was going to apply a couple of years ago, but I hadn't done it yet.
But you were too young. You were too young.
No. I just look young. Thank you. But I am going to apply. I want to take up photography is what I want to take up. Gotcha. If they offer that for seasoned adults, I would like to take up photography, learn how to do photography.
Yeah, we currently don't have a photography program that falls into that category.
Probably continuing ed, right?
On the continuing ed.
But there's a lot of continuing ed.
There's a lot of continuing ed. Yep.
There was something about the CDL course. And
I saw that question. Hey, how extensive is your CDL program? So we are a state recognized, federally approved, certified truck driving license program. We have the federally approved curriculum for the classroom portion, which is about 45 hours. And then we have 150 behind the wheel hours. And then you're able to sit for that license. So it's a fantastic program. Some of maybe you recently seen, some of you may have recently seen the Coca-Cola announcement, the $1 million donation to 5 technical colleges. So we were a recipient of part of that. I'm very thankful to Coca-Cola for the investment in expanding CDL, and very, very thankful for that. And then someone asked the question about remedial programs. So we do have a number of ways of helping people who need to sharpen their skills before college. And I think you can kind of, don't be afraid. At the college, take our English classes, our math classes, our psychology classes. These are going to be at most 25 students. Okay, many times you're going to walk in and see 15, 17, 18 students in a classroom. You're going to have that opportunity to ask questions, to follow up, to have those relationships with the faculty, to have that mentorship, in our technical programs that's so needed. And that's where I have to give so much credit to the faculty at the college. They have industry experience, they have those industry relationships, and that's why you see the placement rates that you do, because they're using those relationships to make sure our students have success.
So I've kind of been out of the job looking market. I'm in insurance. And so, but my question is, what programs out there get them the highest income? What kind of programs out there will get a person the highest income that you all have at Savannah Tech?
Wow,
So we have a number of, a lot of our programs obviously lead to great income. Logistics, mechatronics, industrial maintenance is one of the best examples. So you're gonna get an associate's degree, and within 5 years easily make 6 figures. Logistics similarly. You have welding or welding programs, aviation programs. These are going to be 40, 50, 60,000 plus a year jobs as soon as you're coming out, no debt, tremendous opportunities, chances to get very quickly into those. But let me give you an example. I met with a major manufacturer of shingles down at the port, and the highest paid employee there was not the plant manager. The highest paid employee there was the E&I tech, the electrical technician. And that's a program that we train people for. That person made over $200,000 that year.
That's
But let's not forget also the fact that we have law enforcement. Those wages are going up, and the courts hiring, those wages are high. So there's a lot of opportunities. Our Peace Officer Academy, very fast, very quick program to finish, to make you post-certified. They do an amazing job, actually, right here on the campus that I'm coming from. And that is a great opportunity to not, to have an important job and also have a good paying job.
John Jackson, boy, he is definitely one. He must be from Savannah Tech. He must have.
He said
he must be a graduate.
He's a product of Savannah Tech.
He is definitely a product. $85,000 a year plus. He's talking about that, and he had I don't know if this is a new slogan. What is that? A new slogan?
Best blue collar classes.
Are you all using that, or is that his thing?
That's his thing. I heard someone call it the new collar. I like. I just think that we've got to break down these divisions, right? I mean, I think we have set that standard many times in our communities where putting on that shirt and tie is how you finally make it. And take manufacturing. People's perception of manufacturing is it's dirty, it's messy. I go into manufacturing facilities regularly where they're cleaned, air conditioned, they're ergonomic. Not all, but many are. And these are opportunities where, and let me say it, women can excel in CNC machine tool technology, in mechatronics, where you're going to make 50, 60, 70,000 plus, starting into six figures in a short period of time. And you're going to do this because women are great at multitasking. They have better fine
women just taking over.
Yes, we are.
Fine motor skills. But no, let me say this, and I don't know about your audience, but every single day, you walk into places and you maybe see a woman greeting you there, and that's fine. But how can we help more women get these $70,000, $80,000 jobs? How can that impact them and their ability to take care of their families? So,
absolutely.
And are we advising? Are we having those conversations? That class I told you about, that fast track welding class. I went to that class, and the instructor said, "Who do you think is the best welder here?" I didn't take the bait. I didn't bite. If in your mind, when you think the best welder, this isn't what is your description, just think about that. 80 pounds, 5'1", 19-year-old African-American female.
Wow.
When you think welder, is that what you think?
No.
And so think about how we're not helping our young people find the most opportunity, right? That was her skill. She had that skill. She had that opportunity, and she was able to do that. So very excited. So great. There was a question about CDL classes and our seasoned citizens. Unfortunately, with the trucker need here, with the trucker need globally, we don't have open seats to give away. We are building capacity. We actually have a goal as a system to double our capacity just to meet the demand of people trying to get in the industry.
That's right.
So that's right.
Yeah, that's the real focus there. But hey, maybe one day. But until then, we've got to get more people qualified to get out here and help keep moving the goods and services, so we all can sit here at home and push a button and get stuff delivered to our house.
That's what we like. And having a port, here, I can imagine that field is really critical for this area.
Oh, it's tremendous. Over the next 4 years, there will be over 4,000 logistics-oriented jobs in our region. As some of you may have heard, the port, Savannah Port, Georgia Ports Authority here in Savannah is growing exponentially. The opportunities, both directly, but also all the indirect with all the companies coming here. This community is going to continue to grow. We have to know it. It's going to grow 40, 50, 60% over the next 10 years. And that 20 to 30 year question, I think the biggest thing I want in our community to get, right, and I get this because I come from an underserved community myself as a child, like, we don't get that information down to what are the opportunities, like what is really going on in the community. And this is a growing growing community. And we need to make sure we're telling our kids about those opportunities and putting them on a path to, I'm gonna Jackson John, I'm gonna give him credit for it, to these blue new collar opportunities where you can truly experience middle class, middle income.
Right.
Really awesome.
So we did have a question on coding, and then we have another question in reference to those that have been incarcerated.
Latoya Minor, thank you so much for your questions. Such great questions. I love it. So we do offer training programs in our IT. I hope people would explore those. We are getting ready to launch some of the Google certs in our economic development division soon.
That's amazing.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that. And then I saw that last question about returning citizens. So thank you for this last question, because this is something I love. I wrote a grant about a year ago. We received $4 million to train 500 returning citizens in the last 6 months of their sentence in manufacturing, logistics, and welding. And so it's underway right now in our community. There will be 500, mostly men, coming out of prison with skills to, Shaq said, make the meals. Skills to stabilize their lives, contribute to their families, reconnect with their children, and be a part of the solution in our community instead of the problem. And I'm so proud of my team that's working on that. So that's for folks in that program. But do we help them in other instances? Any current returning citizen? Absolutely. All these programs we talked about, sometimes one of the myths out there, one of the financial sins, is that people get told that because they're a felon, they're no longer eligible for financial aid.
That's right.
They do.
And that's the sin of lying. And that's, there's very few cases where that's true, but most cases it's not true. In almost all cases, it's not true. So go through that process, apply. We don't control the federal financial aid system, but we can give the right information. And so making sure that people apply, and then the programs we've been talking about, welding, CDL, logistics, these are career opportunities, even entrepreneurship opportunities, barbering, where that background isn't going to be an issue. We have 24 partners coming on campus next week that are here just to talk about how to hire and work with returning citizens. And so as a college, we're excited to lead in that space. We know that companies need people, and we are underutilizing the talent in our formerly incarcerated community, in our returning citizens community. And as a college, we're very proud to be a part of that.
This has been an incredible and informative show. I'm learning things about Savannah Tech, and I've worked with Savannah Tech and other companies that I've worked in, and coming out and interviewing students and preparing them for their interviews and hiring from Savannah Tech for workforce at companies that I've worked for. And this information that I'm learning, I thought that I knew a lot about Savannah Tech, and I'm finding out that you guys have so much more to offer our community, and you're covering, you have something for everyone in the community. And that's incredible, to be able to offer something for everyone, who can avail of it. If you want it, it's there.
Absolutely. I didn't even mention our world-class culinary. So,
wow.
World-class, people don't realize, world-class culinary right here in the hostess city. We're the hostess city with the mostest in culinary education. You got to come out. World-class bread making, cake making, so many new businesses that you don't realize are started by our students, and also some of the best restaurants you eat in Savannah the food is being prepared and designed by our graduates. So
wow. Hey, and another thing, Brent, that y'all started is not one of your classes or anything, but how y'all help the community as well is Pearson View is now you're part of the testing.
Testing
Um,
today. Testing.
Yes.
because before we have to go all the way out to Georgetown for any, financial testing that we had to do, life insurance and PC and all that stuff. And I think since the pandemic, y'all open your doors for Pearson View to come in, and y'all are actually a testing center as well, correct?
Yeah, we've actually been a Pearson View testing center since 2016.
Yeah.
But we've got to get the word out. So and that this is a part of it. So we're glad that service has been a benefit to you, and are very thankful in all the ways that we can serve this beautiful community.
Doing a great job at it. You're
Yes.
making a difference. You're making a difference, Stubbs. You're mad.
Hey, I'm Mad Stubbs. There you go.
Yeah, you're Mad Stubbs. You're gonna keep that one too, Mad Stubbs.
Yes, we got to get you a name. This has been an incredible show. Any last questions? I know that we need to wrap up, Tanya. I know it's time to wrap
Yes.
up. Matt, Flo,
everybody
time to
out
wrap
here
up.
just been saying thank you. Our viewers today appreciate the information that you have given, Dr. Stubbs, and the show does go back on the air on Sunday again for the second time, and anybody can share it and see it. It's going to be live here on Facebook or recorded, and then it'll also play on YouTube. And we will definitely be sending it out because we just got to get this information out to the community. In my own home, my son decided not to go to college, and tried Savannah Tech. And so we want to get this message out that if you want to start somewhere, you can start here, take those credits on someplace else. Give your parents a break from those big student loans and begin your education at a technical college first. And then, if this is what you see in your future, then please, go on then. But thank you so much, Dr. Stubbs, for everything that you've told us today. If a person wants to fill out an application, they go into Savannah Tech or they go to Georgia Futures. Which one was that?
Yeah, so first go to Savannah Tech, go to our website, go to apply. We're going to give you directions on financial aid from there, but go to savannatech.edu to get started.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Get the skills that you need now and the skills that are going to carry you forward for many, many years.
And don't get a mortgage. You don't have to have a mortgage after college.
So Dr. Stubbs,
that's what I call it, a mortgage.
Yeah. So thank you, Dr. Stubbs. We know you had to leave. You have another meeting coming up, but thank you so much for coming on our show today.
All right. So next week, we will have our last group of summer campers, or those people that are offering affordable summer camps. We will be finished with that series. And then next month, we're going to be going into women's health. And health is wealth. So each week, we will have someone different talking about maybe diabetes, heart disease, stroke. What are the others?
Mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Topics that are important to us as women.
Absolutely. And if you are healthy, you definitely will not cause yourself to spend out a lot of money in medications and so forth. And then just in information. So information, health is wealth. And we want you to be with us all of next week to finish out our programming on summer camps. So ladies, thank you so much for joining us. And any last words, everyone? You got 20 seconds.
Hey, it was a great show, and looking forward to seeing you ladies next week. And you're so beautiful. Y'all can need to be in your own fashion show. Your own beauty show. I swear, you're gorgeous.
Thank you. So you, Flo.
Thank you, Matt. Flo.
Out there in Massachusetts, we'll see you back when you get on the other side down here.
Yeah, I'll be back in Savannah.
All right, then.
And I'm Renetta Milner Gardner. And as always, in closing, we say, make it a great day.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
this. I like 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 this.